let's just roll it so that I can. Oh no, that was a match that was thrown like really hard, and I wanted to know how would I be able to manage my team, like like subtle movements, like in my by myself
Mhm.
to make them go X and Y, because we really threw like really hard. I was like 7-0 and I kind of entered two. Yeah. So
Right.
I wanted to cover that.
Okay. Based off of just looking directly at the team comps in the game, first
Yeah.
thing I want to say is the best way to move your team, even before we get into this, is to give them information. And by that, I mean vision. Because if
Okay.
the teammates can make smarter decisions by themselves without you having to tell them, that's the best case
Okay.
scenario we can go to. The next thing is also playing to your team comp's strengths. So if I look at these two team comps, what do you think the strengths are of your team?
Uh, I think we might have a better late. They have a better mid game, in
Mm-hmm.
my opinion. They have a tank. We lack kind of engage. So
Yeah,
we should try to only make picks, like unless we really get far ahead.
yeah. That's basically it. If you guys go for a 5-on-5 team fight, their team comp
Yeah.
pretty much is all in full
Okay.
on 5v5, and that's what you want to avoid as much as possible. So that would be your role to create vision and to also make picks off of your ult, or maybe one of your other teammates make a pick. That kind of idea. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I
Let's
agree.
see.
I agree.
Yeah, let's see. Let's
I
see.
did that
Let's
a
see if
lot.
that makes sense. Let's see if that actually
Yeah.
happens at game. That's a different question
Yeah.
altogether.
I think it does. I hope so.
So did
Right.
laning phase actually done went well for you? Is that right?
You're telling me that I play laning phase correctly?
No. I haven't watched this.
Okay.
Did you think you played
Uh,
laning phase well?
I think yeah. I think we demolished them.
Okay.
Just by wave management, I think so in this game at least.
Okay.
I don't know if it's this game, but I think we did actually.
Okay. Um,
Ezreal was a little bit lost, uh, if I remember.
right.
Let me let's just roll.
Okay.
See.
I want to ask a quick question. If you're playing against an Alistar, what should you always be looking to do levels 1 through 2?
Uh, it's actually quite different. Like one, we should like try to get the control of the bush. Like I normally stand on the third bush. If we reach early in the lane, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
on the third bush, and then I like auto queue and farm the spell thieves and poke them, and
Okay.
then they use the first ward and I go to the second bush.
Okay.
Then if they use the other ward, I like just top out and start rotating my position to the other side,
Mm-hmm.
and that's basically it. Yeah,
Good. Sounds to me you're already trying to get level 2 priority very early, which you
yeah.
should always have.
It's needed because Bard has a really level one is as a really good level one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Perfect.
yeah, in the bush, I could have autoed there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this is really good.
Okay.
You just chunked them out.
At least that is so bad level one,
Yes. He's literally like a
but
minion.
but I have to respect his level two.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. Mm-mm. I thought they had warded there, to
So
be honest.
they drew minion we
But
drew minion aggro. Um, so the one thing I really liked you do at level 1 is when you step out of bush like this and then go back in, because that's how you draw minion
yeah,
aggro. Just play around with
yeah,
the minion aggro very well.
yeah. You think I do it fine?
Yeah, I think it's
Uh,
great.
uh,
You should avoid
uh,
auto attacking them while in the bush like this, because then you draw minion
yeah,
aggro. You see?
yeah. Okay, okay. Okay. It doesn't drop out. Okay, I thought if I auto, then I went out of bush and then in, it would like.
That
But I probably guess that you should go to another bush or something like that.
yeah.
Is that so?
So if you look
Okay.
at where the
Okay.
enemy's vision is right now, it's in the second bush. So if you
Yeah.
auto the minions while out of bush right here, and then go back into this brush, minions will still
I
have
would
aggro
think.
on you.
Yeah. 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 But did you understood what I asked?
Maybe I
Like
didn't.
like I was saying, like you said that I should an auto inside of the bush. Like imagine I auto, then I go out of the bush and in again. Does the minion still aggro me, or do I need to change the bush? Does that bush get like stuck? You know what I mean by this,
No,
by
no,
saying
it
this?
doesn't get stuck. You should
Okay,
auto
okay,
the enemies outside of a bush, and then
okay, okay.
go into any bush that the enemies don't have vision in.
Yeah, yeah. But hypothetically talking, if I auto them inside of the bush, then I
Mhm.
go out and in.
Oh
Do I
yeah,
still get
that
aggro
will
by my minions?
no, you will drop minion aggro.
Oh, okay, okay. That's just what I wanted to know.
Okay.
Like, okay, if some situations I can't do that like this, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. Um, yeah, here they get two. In a bit. They have a lot of casters.
You guys have a really huge minion wave, so I would fast push
Yeah.
this and just get a cheater off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, macro wise, I think Ezreal did fine in this game.
Okay.
Just fucked up the blaze. I think I managed to control him a little bit, macro wise.
Okay, they've used their combo. Flash Q.
Seeing the angle, but I think we kill.
Oh, nice.
I get the assists. Yeah.
Right.
Freeze this, I think. We should. Yeah, I'm thinning the wave.
Good.
Okay, which isn't. No, it's needed. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. Perfect wave management. You have your eyes on the top side right now for Diana in the jungle yet? So I'm hoping that you're looking here at this exact moment while also managing the wave.
I'm not sure if I did that. I think I started looking when I saw Alistar.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I have to keep that in mind that I should look every
Yes.
time. Yeah, yeah. Okay.
You should already have been around mid side here for the roam, because it doesn't take two people to manage one wave.
You think so? Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Good. Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
you'll see even in high levels of play that support start roaming at level 2, level 3 to make an impact if the enemies are missing. So you should always consider if you guys have just gotten an early kill at level 3 when your jungle rotates bot, that
Yeah.
when they come back, the first thing an Alistar might like to do is go from base and walk straight to mid lane to make something happen.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So I should try to predict more that like that when they go back, they
Yes.
just go mid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
it's
you
just
could
like
you can do the same thing as well. You can roam mid instantly.
yeah. I do that a lot, but I wasn't thinking about that much. So yeah, that the enemy couldn't do it too,
Yeah.
you know. But I didn't roam because I didn't want to lose XP. Then I auto this for the spell thieves. We get I don't know why she did that, but okay.
That's completely fair to stay for the XP.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think Asriel is dead in here. I try to bait him here, Ani. I always do this.
You're playing with fire, buddy. That's fine.
That's why I love
If
playing
you
with
knew
fire.
Alistar had no flash, then that's fine.
Because sometimes they aggro me and they hit the portal and I just kill them on that tower.
Okay. Nice kill. Well, that wasn't a kill.
Yeah,
Take that. That's
I
it.
think this is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think we get the other one. Yeah, yeah. Wave is perfect. Ezreal should stay. Yeah, should an auto. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He did. He played correctly. Mm.
What's your build this game, by the way?
Uh, I'm starting to go tenacity because I think Lucidity's got another nerf. I think I would always go CDR boots, but because they had Alistar, I went Magic Resist for the Diana because I think she was doing a little bit of damage, and when I play Bard, I always have problems with Diana. And then I think I went either Anathemas or Locket first, because Anathemas is just broken as fuck. I
Mm.
just watch Lateros
Yeah.
build pet.
Mhm.
He always goes Anathemas or Locket first. I sometimes go Frozen Art too.
Fair. Why do you think you have trouble playing against Diana specifically?
Um, because any champion that has a really gap closer that jumps inside of you and like something like Alistar, you sometimes have problems with Bard because they can cancel you entering your portal, and that's basically the only way they can kill you.
Okay. Do you think that's
I-
more
i-
of an
if Diana jumps to me and I'm not close to a wall, and like even if I'm close to a wall, she can just arm me and I'm basically dead. So
right?
I prefer to go tenacity because of Alistar and Diana, and then I'll just go full armor after that.
Okay. Okay.
Uh,
That was a bit weird.
yeah, I walked around.
Yep.
Mhm.
Good. Nice pull.
I think Nasus was actually Giga tilted this game.
Who?
I still outdid him once. He was so mad.
Yeah. Good. I really like how you guys are just playing around with the distance very well. Like you're keeping that at a really fixed distance. That's really good.
Yeah, they recalled. We shove again.
Great. I love the pings. I love the proactive. Did you see where Diana was?
Yeah, I saw it. I saw it. I was going
Okay.
to ward to see if she would walk in this area.
Right. She can one shot you at the moment. You know that, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But I don't think she's right here. But
She's
Alistar is.
she's over the wall right here.
Uh, 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 yeah. Okay.
So this is
Okay.
unnecessary risk pathing from you,
Okay.
in
Yeah.
my opinion.
I'm kind of trolling. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't think she was that fed at this moment. Yeah, I think we lose Ezreal in this, but we kill Diana. We should. I failed my Q. I kill her, and I
Nice.
just
Oh,
away.
that's he's never in.
Oh, yeah, I played this perfectly. Double.
Yeah, that was good. Really good.
I forgot this was the game. Yeah, that I.
So when you're put into this position where you're a bit more fed than usual, have you ever thought about varying your build path slightly?
Um, the thing is, like, tank Bard is so OP that I actually just prefer to go tank.
Is that so?
Because Bard doesn't skill that well with AP. Uh, yeah, yeah, I prefer just going tank.
Right.
My runes just help so much, like late game. So if I rush a lot of armor and magic resist, I become just like a giga tank. Like I'm not even an off tank or something. I'm like really a tank.
Right. Okay.
Do you think I should go AP more often?
I think if you're put into a situation where you're this fed, um,
Mm.
and you're able to have the confidence to pull it off, then you can go something like Imperial Mandate to further your peak potential even better, and potentially kite back a lot easier with the slow.
Okay. I wouldn't say I would go for Imperial Mandate because I don't think it's that good on Bard. But I would say I would go like some AP items,
Yeah.
like
Like which ones?
maybe how is it called that item? Night Harvester or you know
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
for the burst, and it gets me some health too. So
Yeah. That might actually be a very viable option. One thing I want you to practice as well now is something called fogging. Have you heard of that before?
uh, can you explain?
Yeah, fogging is when you're missing on the map, so the enemy doesn't know where you are, and therefore
Yeah, yeah.
the laners are forced to play safe.
Okay.
An example would
Yeah.
be right here. So if I swap the camera over to the enemy's position, notice how he doesn't have vision of you, even up till this area, and Vlad is coming back from base right now. So in this situation, the enemies could be like, Bard could either be in the mid jungle walking back to Ezreal, or he could be
Yeah.
still hanging around mid lane, right?
Yeah.
The instant you
Uh,
reveal yourself like this, the enemies get the all clear and say, okay, now we can fully commit on Ezreal because we know Bard is there.
mm,
Yeah.
mm. Okay.
So I
Maybe
want,
I should wait. I should wait him for use the for him to use the W. But I don't think that you would use it. Do you think so?
no,
On the
no, no,
way.
no, but still, the idea of fogging is that it makes the
Yeah.
enemies play more scared.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I probably can gank him in fog, and like he gets nervous and probably has a better way to fuck up. You know what I mean? Like
Yes, absolutely.
okay, a better chance to fuck up than if I yeah.
Yeah. Because I wouldn't be surprised if right now they saw you mid, Diana would call for a dive onto Ezreal or something. Um,
Fucked up the queue.
oh no,
Yeah,
that's not good at all.
was kind of unlucky.
Yeah.
I thought he was dead, so respect. Eesh. What do you think we could have done there?
Well, let's scroll back a little bit and see what we actually knew beforehand from our perspective, right?
Okay.
Um, right here. So when you were kind of roaming mid, we saw Diana around the bot side jungle.
Yeah.
So we knew that she was within the area for the next at least 20 seconds, and probably going to be clearing her own camps like this. So if you knew that she was bot, then any single play that you make bot side becomes an automatic 3v3. If you didn't
All right.
keep that into account, that was a mistake that happened here. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I mean, I knew she was bot, but like I wanted to make it fast, but it stalled so much, and yeah,
Mm-hmm.
then we fucked up.
So you guys basically overcommitted on the play.
Yeah, basically.
Mm-hmm. So and that was just a
This
really
was
good.
really bad.
Yeah, it's just a really good play on Diana's part, actually. I think any single bard in your purpose would have gone for that play too. So I don't blame you.
I could have helped a little bit more as heal there. I just thought he was just instantly dead, but he probably would die anyways.
Yeah.
I didn't have Eve to save him. Mm. Yeah. When you said like that thing about fog, yeah, I'm taking that. I'm now taking that into account.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but when I went mid, I actually just wanted to farm the spell thieves and make pressure because I didn't think that Vlad would be able to kill Zed. That Vlad was really, really bad. I mean, in that game, I
Right.
just wanted to make pressure to
Okay.
scare him or something. Do you think that that is bad, like to just walk and like auto, or do you
I think
think
there are
I
better
should I should
ways you can do it.
I should be okay, more tactical, okay, about that? Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not saying stop doing the thing with the spell thieves and farming your autos. I'm saying you can
Yeah.
add fogging on top of it now as well, and kind of keep
Okay.
it keep that as also your objective to do. Same thing right here. I want to see if you have. So you have oracles. I have no idea if this entire part was warded, and if the enemies knew that you were here.
Yeah.
So you're by right now. If the enemies don't have vision of this area, you're creating really good fog right now, because the enemies don't know if you're heading back to bot lane or you're hanging around mid still.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Huh.
He doesn't.
And he runs away. I think he executes on this. I actually got pretty tilted with Vlad in this one. He's so slow.
Remember what
I
kind
don't
of
know if I.
champion
I
Vlad
don't know
is?
if I. What?
What kind of a champ is Vlad?
Champ?
Yeah.
Is Vlad? Is like he shines like mid to late game, like really hard.
Yeah. So if he just farms for 20
Uh,
minutes and then fights at 3 items, that's basically his win con.
yeah.
So giving a Vlad an early lead is good, but not absolutely mandatory.
Okay.
So you don't have to worry about basically helping him that much because he will scale, and when he does, the entire game is basically his.
So I just help him like. Um, I think we win this, do we? Yeah. Okay. That Q. I run this.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good spear. Yeah. So I should just help him like farm. That's all.
Yeah.
They don't kill me. I'm so tanked. Yeah. Uh. Yeah.
What
Thank
is
God.
happening?
Yeah. Yeah. Ezreal is crazy.
You just eat over the wall. Oh my god.
Yeah. Thank God Alistar saved him.
Yeah. This is such a messy fight, yeah.
But he's so slow. Like you should have just pulled to not the pulley should have done that just to not be hit by minions.
Yeah.
Instead. I feel like he was either drunk or like really sleepy on that. He had literally boomer reactions every time I ganked him. Yeah, but what you said is right. I should have just helped him farm, safely. Just that.
Okay.
There's nothing I can really do because mid laners just farm very easily, anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Mid lane doesn't have that much of a problem. It's more like top and bot that can freeze. I just auto him. Yeah, he doesn't have shadow. Yeah, but they can. Yeah. Mhm. Do you think this was a fine poke? Because we had Drake up in a bit.
I think it should have gone differently, or the picks you look for needs to be
Yeah.
better informed.
Informed. Okay.
Do you know what I mean by
Okay.
that?
See it. Yeah. We didn't have vision of two people in the map. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we don't have vision of one. We have four. Yeah.
Yeah. So what I meant by that is I wanted you to maybe have a ward over here and maybe information around the Drake of who's in the vicinity, who's in the area before trying to make a pick. Remember that your basic like principle comes back to vision, and then we make our picks, and then we go do the objectives, right?
Okay. So more emphasis on the vision again. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I wasn't really trying to make a pick. I mean, if it worked, it would work. But I was just trying to get him off the Drake.
Right.
I see she's here.
This is really dangerous for me.
I'm just trying to draw attention. So
Like you basically brought them into the pit now.
yeah, I ignite her and she dies, or she has to flash. But yeah, this wasn't that good. Yeah.
You've basically given them a free path into the pit to engage. Do you see that?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I see. Yeah.
so
Yeah,
even
that
though
was
you guys
kind of a
might
bad
have
bet.
gotten the Drake, it's
It
such a
wasn't
risk.
that safe.
No.
Mm.
You guys are bound to lose. You trade two for one. You trade 3 for 1, maybe. So when it comes to Drake fights, I guess the point I'm trying to emphasize is your vision should already have been set up beforehand, remember? And then when it comes to, you want to make sure that your fights are based around where your vision is set up, instead of trying to lead the enemy to the pit where you can get picked.
Okay.
Okay, so Rift is spawning.
Can you repeat once more? Sorry.
Yeah. So your vision should already be set up in a place where you want the team fight to take place. So your vision should guide where your picks, where your team fight is happening.
Okay.
So if your vision is centered around the top side of Drake, you want to approach it from this angle and make the enemies either come from below you or here where you have clear vision of where they're all coming from.
Okay.
If your vision is based more around bot side, then taking it from the bottom side of the Drake works too. Just make sure you've covered this entire area to make sure you're not getting flanked by Alistar or Diana. Same thing here. If we have the rift spawning, let's see how your vision basically translates to this area. Really good. This is really good ward in terms of covering this angle, but the top side here is not very clear. Oh wait, no. So you're placing this vision for a siege.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah.
For the tower, then I use the other ward for top
Yes.
side. I'm waiting Vlad to get some pressure.
Perfect.
I don't know what happened in the Drake fight. We just had bots so pushed up. I don't know what happened, to be honest.
Would you like to take a look at it again?
Like really fast, like 10 seconds or something like that, just to see. Like
Yeah. Well, let's see. let's see the original before the Drake even spawns. So Drake's up in, I don't know how long Drake's up. The timer's disappeared.
Does Vlad die? Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah, he
this was
dies.
when we tried to make a pick onto the Z. Notice on the map what's happening right now.
Yeah, they're getting more pressure than us, and we're wasting out resources in things that we are not going to get.
Yes.
Okay.
So if you're forcing, I guess the next part on top of that, like you just so clearly stated, is if you're making a pick, make sure that it's actually worth the resources used.
Okay.
Because remember that if you use your ult now, if Ezreal uses his ult now, they're not going to have it for the Drake fight.
Yeah. Yeah. True. I guess you're right.
I mean, it's we're both coming to the same conclusion. So I really like this kind of vision setup as you guys are sieging.
When we can see the whole map, we can see that I shouldn't have done that because we lost so much pressure on that.
Yeah.
I mean, we lost two ults. Vlad was dead, and we basically would have to just give Drake. Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you commit to Drake, even though it was risky in that situation, or would you just leave it?
So I also have the entire macro game at mind where we scale better for the late game. So I would have
Okay.
even said to give up second Drake and fight for third would have been perfectly reasonable.
Okay. Okay.
So just as a thought, I want to see what reviews you have you thought about
Uh,
going zombie ward instead of taste of blood?
uh, uh, yeah, I think that Taste of Blood might be broken or something like that because I always see Laterus using it.
Right.
I
Okay.
actually tried before using Zombie Ward, but I just think that Bard's way of clearing the ward is just so slow. If I was a Pike or something like that, I could or a champion with lethality, I just one shot the ward and it's like it's super broken. But I don't think that zombie ward is that good, to be honest,
Hmm.
to be quite frankly. But I've thought of that like yesterday. I don't think it's that worth it. I
Okay.
just prefer the movement speed and the taste of blood. It helps a lot with the traits. That's what you lack with Bard.
Okay.
You lack a bit of sustain,
Okay. Yeah, that's
just a
fine
little
then.
bit.
I just wanted to know that you thought about different. How are you down
Yeah.
here again? That wait, why are we getting picked? How are we managing to get picked? Oh my god. Interesting. If Alistair and Samir is here, this is really dangerous.
They're here. Yeah, he flashed. No, EX flashed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my god. You guys are playing a very dangerous game.
That's why I like to play it, though. Although I know that I shouldn't sometimes do it. But yeah, I also want to improve, so sometimes it cannot be that fun.
Really good bard out there. That was a really good pick.
I think we lose this. Yeah, we lose this. Nasus is farming. mm, yeah, I have to flush this. I
Yeah,
think I
that's
leave
fine.
this. Yeah, I leave this. Taste of Blood just helps you in team fights also. Because of the fact that you're so tanky, it's good to heal, sustain. They just don't expect you to be so tanky, so that's good.
Nice
Rip.
barbecue. Really good barbecue. Good pick. And then we transition straight to which objective?
We should to Drake. Oh no, it's 2 minutes actually.
You should go. Yeah, you should
Wait.
just go Baron. I don't know what you guys are doing right here.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, I think that.
Yeah, you guys are a bit slow. I would have immediately gone to Baron, considering Diana's down for another 20. And remember that if you guys weren't rotating fast enough, if you guys clear the Baron and recall, you might not be fast enough for Drake.
Yeah. I was already pinging you too.
How's your flag getting caught out?
I think we actually lose this Drake. Yeah, Vlad wasn't just playing with us.
Right.
And Nasus too. He was tilted because our jungler didn't gank top. Yeah, but we lost this because we took. I mean, do you think we could have gotten it
No,
still?
you guys
No.
were rotating too slow.
Yeah. No. But if we rotated like fast, do you think we could have gotten both?
Yes.
Okay, that's good to know. I should have been more active pinging and moved because I figured we could have Baron, but yeah, I figured it first because I pinged, but I still went a little bit slow. I could have done it a little bit better. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Put yourself in this scenario now. You have Baron. Your team is all 5 up. What's the plan of attack here?
Ping the fuck out of Blood to come mid because like shove top and come mid because he's farming golems with Baron buff. They will they are trying to shove bot wave. It doesn't matter that much, and we just try to get like mid tower. What do you think?
Is there a better way of creating pressure with the summoner spells you guys have on your team?
Yeah, we have some sums diff to be honest. So yeah, I think my ignite is almost up, right? So we can get picks probably. You think I should ward
I was
a
thinking
little
more in
bit?
terms of Nasus's TP.
Okay, he should be side lane. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
My bad, I didn't figure it.
You guys go for a 4-1 and basically create pressure that way. Although, that means you guys have to wait until Nasus actually creates pressure before walking forward mid lane. This is the key mistake I always see teams make in lower elos. They don't have enough patience for their side laner to create that pressure first and then siege from both ends. Alright.
Do you think I should have pinged him as soon as he went base for him to go bot or top or something
Yes.
like that? Do you think?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Should I have written it or should I have just ping him or something? Like,
When
do you
you
think
guys
I should chat
when
with
you
him or
guys
like?
yeah, when you guys are recalling from Baron buff, just type in chat 4-1 Nasus side lane, please. That's
Okay.
what I type. Yeah.
Okay.
So what you're doing right here is you're kind of putting 2 resources. That was a weird one. You guys are putting 2 resources mid, while your rest of your team is just basically not ready to even siege. This ult might be a good pick, but who's gonna follow up on it?
Yeah, nobody.
You guys don't have the damage to kill Riven outright just with the 2 of you, and I have no idea where the enemy team is either. So be very careful about having Baron. Have patience. The buff lasts for a good time. So just have a bit of patience.
Okay. I think I just got tilted because of Vlad top. The guy just went to farm jungle with Baron buff. sure how that stun didn't work.
God, it's just such a messy fight all over.
Vlad is here. Nidalee killed the Alistar. Okay, this is a pick. Should be.
Yeah, this looks really promising.
Zed kills her. Nope. No, we win this.
You kill this?
I think I have ulti. So yeah.
Yeah?
I have ulti.
Yeah, perfect.
I just ult him.
Yeah, perfect.
He's
So-
still dead.
That fight worked out for you, but that shouldn't have happened that way. Right.
Okay.
So remember that when we have Baron buff, it's now to have a patience to create pressure before going for a fight. Alright.
Yeah. Yeah. I.
Man, tank bard is actually OP, you're correct. Just don't
Yeah.
die. Who's your Anathema's chains linked to, by the way? Severe?
I think I did it to Diana, to be honest.
Okay.
But the good thing is that you can change as soon as you see the target. It just changes.
Ah, right.
It has like 15 seconds cooldown. The champion, the item is just so OP. It's like an anti-carry item, basically.
Right.
It's like the same thing as you playing Temken Stop or something like that.
I've seen Tom Kench top and it's disgusting. It's such
Yeah,
a
it's
broken
disgusting
champ.
because you can't play art carry.
Yeah.
It's basically the king of the weak side. It's just stupid.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a bit like Bard in a way. This build works because you just make them waste a lot of time because you're full tank and they don't expect you to. I could have got a clean Q there if I timed the Q right, but it was an RQ.
Yeah.
I don't die. I'm level 14.
Yeah, you actually don't die. Surely you guys end here, right? NASA's TP mid, and then just end.
Yeah, I should have pinged it.
Oh wait, yeah, NASA's didn't have TP. When did he use TP? What?
To be honest, he probably just used it on both sides.
My god. Like, you see what I
Yeah,
mean?
he was pretty tilted. This game was like me playing with Nidalee. Sometimes Ez would do some good macro choices, and it was just Vlad and Nasus trolling, like every time. We were not playing in the same team. Yeah, I bait this. Okay. I should have baited it a little bit differently, but do you think this is good or not?
This is a terrible macro decision for you guys to even fight now.
Yeah.
Drake's up, Baron spawning. What are we doing? These kind of like, I know that it's really frustrating when your team's not basically wanting to cooperate, right? I think what you usually have to remind your team is, you guys are on the same team, the enemy's over there. So if you guys don't get your act together, we will actually lose. That's basically the
Yeah.
kind of message you want to tell your team, so they start to work together, right?
Yeah.
So give that kind of chat to your team within text and say, hey, the enemy's over there, not amongst yourselves. So stop being
Okay.
like a little kid, stop fighting, and let's win this game. You
Mm.
gotta smack some sense into them, right? If no one's gonna take charge, then you need to step up.
Yeah, and this thing happens over and over again, like in Drake's.
Yeah.
It's just nonsense. It's fine. You can just walk forward. They both die, and we lose Drake. I should have been more subtle with my movements to try to force them to go Drake. Not force them, but you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
This game was like a game of bronzes, just playing with their micro play,
Yeah.
yeah, basically. That's sometimes what I forget. Like I think I play better early game lane and stuff like that. Although I play Bard
Mm-hmm.
better than I actually just play mid to late game. I just forget some things I should do.
Yeah. I don't think that's because you forget. I think it's because you get dragged down into the team's level of play
Yeah,
when there's no sense of clear leadership.
yeah,
That's why there's usually a discrepancy between what you want to do and what the team does instead. Because there's no one central voice saying, okay, we're going to siege mid now. We're going to play for this objective. That's
yeah.
what the support's job is usually. So if you can be that role, you'll find yourself being able to lead and basically choose more games.
Okay.
How much health do you have, by the way? What are you even. What? Are you frozen heart?
Yeah, the item is he just got buffed 2 times in a row. Riot doesn't see it. It's super OP on supports
Frozen heart?
because it's the cheapest tank item you can buy.
Do you get health from it now as well? No,
No,
you still don't get health. So where's your
the
health from?
no. The thing is that the passive is just so broken. The elf is from Anathemas. It gives like 700, 700. Yeah,
Oh wow.
700. Yeah,
Ah, I see. This is new information for me too.
and I think that scaling runes that give you 5% or 10% more armor late game, like after 12 minutes or something.
Right. Ah. What I'm surprised here, by the way, is you guys have two inhibs down on the enemy team, but no one's paying for Baron.
Yeah.
Right? Like, why are you guys bot trying to make a pick when you can let the minions walk into their base and take Baron for free?
You're right. You're right.
You guys don't need a side laner to generate pressure. You guys already
Yeah,
have that with super minions.
we're just stalling the game for
Yeah,
them.
I, I don't get it.
That Alistar was so bad. That's probably the worst Alistar I've played against with Word. Like, for a while at least.
But it looks like if I'm looking at the timeline correctly, you guys triple inhib them and still aren't able
Yeah.
to end.
Yeah. Because we overcommitted. Instead of trying to push towers, we tried to fight. This is fine. Okay, I don't hit it. That was my bad in there. Okay, Diana. Well, I gotta start banning Diana.
I don't think that's the issue. Diana's very She's
You don't
difficult
think?
to play against. I do agree with that. But your issue is not that Diana's OP and you don't have a way to play against her. It's that the
Yeah, true,
macro
true.
decisions are wrong.
No.
If you fix
What did?
those first, if you don't overcommit. So, what if you're asking what the right move is here? You triple inhib them and then you back.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
the minions that come are not the right ones yet. When you destroy an inhibitor, it's the wave after. That's basically the strong
Okay.
ones. So you wait until that happens. All three of the minions become super minions, and then you go for whatever objective. You have free map control,
Drake. Yeah, Drake. Yeah.
and then you go for the push with all the minions. Because you'll notice they always have to divert resources to clear the minions, basically, because they will threaten um, Nexus towers, basically. Just look at Alistair trying to clear it. But you see what I mean, right? So they have to divert one
Yeah, I
resource
see.
here. So this leaves you in a 4v5 position. Um, unless if your Vlad's just an absolute idiot and dies. Oh, that's frustrating. I can definitely relate to that.
I don't think we ever like 5v5. We probably did just one time. I mean, we aren't supposed to 5v5 anyways, but
No,
mm,
you make picks.
mm.
Is he just going for a backdoor? Wow.
Okay, then what? Yeah, he stands.
What?
He was CPing.
Uh, okay. Same thing here. There's nothing. There's nothing to do right now. There's no
Okay.
point. There's no point being here right now. You triple him. That's fine. And we just back off because it's a 45. Because any fight
Okay.
you lose now basically means the death timers are so long they can just walk into your base.
Okay.
So the fact that you guys are getting picked like this is basically the fight that loses you the game, right?
Yeah.
By the way, if Nasus saved his TP and you guys were able to wave clear, this would have been a
He could
very
have.
good backdoor.
Yeah.
And that's the game. Alright. Why don't you summarize a little bit about what you think the biggest issue about the macro late game decision was?
Was mostly like we overcommitted a lot of a lot of the times we overcommitted. We committed too much resources for things that we didn't pick, and from my point of view, I think I should have picked them more often than I did. That's what I forget. I still forget a lot to ping. I should ping a lot more than I actually do.
What do you mean by that last part? What do you mean by making picks?
But me committing to the picks that I don't get. That's what I meant. If I'm committing to, if
Mm-hmm.
I'm, you know, I should make sure I actually get the pick.
How can you ensure that the pick you're doing, like what are the requirements that you have to fulfill that makes a good pick?
Like having follow up. That's like the biggest one.
Hmm.
I sometimes see me doing a lot of ults that I have no follow up, and you know, it's not fine to try to make a pick if it's not going to get the pick. If I really need the ultimate for like the next 40 seconds or 50 seconds, if we are going to have a Drake or something like that,
Hmm.
it's fine if nothing is up, but it's not fine if you know.
Yes, that's the distinguishing point that makes a good pick. First, do we have follow up? And second, are you going to blow something, an important cooldown for the next objective? If the pick's going to guarantee you a numbers advantage for the next objective fight, then yeah, it becomes a good pick. If I have follow up that can work according to that pick and basically secure the kill, then yeah, it's a great pick as well. That's good. Remember that you can also be in charge of your entire team as well. You can say, hey, we're going for this macro play 4-1, please. Or basically say, hey, get your head in the game, stop fighting amongst yourselves. Let's win this. That kind of D. Yeah.
Okay,
So those,
okay, okay.
yeah, those are my main takeaways from this game, basically. Do you have
Okay,
any?
be more of a shot caller. Try to be more of a leader. I actually have an hard time doing that. Yeah, I'm not that type of person. I'm not the leader, but um, yeah, and actually emphasize a lot on the sideline aspect. Like tell your team to sideline a lot more often. That's what I never do. Like I don't ever shot call that because I don't feel like I'm confident enough because I don't play a lot of top to know when to sideline and like that's why when you asked me like what shall we do, we had a lot of time like me thinking like this guy should go sideline.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's gonna take time, and because I've told you now, what you can do is basically be aware, or like look at when your side laner, when your top laner or your mid laner goes to split push. You'll be able to see they're generating pressure, and therefore you as a support. Okay, let's go mid now. Let's create this pressure. That kind of thing, right?
Yeah, okay, okay.
Good. I feel like I've also stunned you into silence a little bit. Do you
No,
have
I'm
any more
sorry.
questions about the game?
I'm just really hungry. I haven't been really able to think like now really that well. So, but I really get what you're saying, and it entered my head. Don't worry about that. Okay.
Good. Are there any other questions? Anything you didn't understand about the game?
Uh, can you give me tips on how to be more subtle, without tilting your teammates, like with your movements, like in a way that you can be more of a leader, you know, to them? Like, how do you create more confidence for that, or like, what I mean?
So a leader, I think the best thing I've ever heard is a leader does not tell his people what to do. He
Mm-hmm.
shows them by example. So if you're consistently making good picks and basically generating leads from that, then they're naturally more going to listen to your calls. So that's the kind of subtle thing that you're asking for. If you make good decisions that win you fights, then they're going to be like, okay, he's got a good head on him, so we're going to follow him.
Okay, seems fine to me. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
okay, thank you.
Yeah.
How much is it again? Like the payment?
So because I've just been coaching you in a second session, still fiver.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay,
Um, Good. I'll upload the VOD straight up to YouTube, and
okay. 1 second.
yeah,
Okay,
I'll check all my notes.
yeah, sure.
Great. Have a good rest of the day then.
Okay, you too, sir. See ya.
See ya.
Thank you.